We holed out the jalapenos. Took all the seeds out. As you can see. And then we're going to take, and I'm going to cut that just a little bit. And we're going to stuff the cheese inside. Stuff the cheese inside. This one needs to be cut a little more. Stuff all we can in there. Make it real gooey ooey with cheese. Okay. Okay. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay just the chicken over it because I didn't get the ones that could completely wrap around this time. I just got the little bitty ones. So we'll just wrap it like that. Okay. Now, you take your bacon. All you're going to do is just wrap. You guys, you can use as little or as much bacon as you choose to. I love bacon, so I choose to do a lot. And there's no correct way, guys. You just put it on there how it fits on there. Get it in how it fits in. Well, I cut that one a little wonky, so I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I'm going to get some more bacon out. I don't want to touch the bacon where I touched the chicken. Okay. This one's going to have more bacon because of the way I wrapped it. Oops. Guys, I think I was out of view for most of that. My bad. First time trying to do this on camera. So I'm going to wrap that one. Come down like that. Get me some fat boys in here. Wrap that. Come around. And that's it, guys. I don't even put toothpicks in it. It's going to stay once it starts. And that's how I make my stuffed jalapeno bacon chicken wraps. It's just all how much bacon you want, how much you want to do, how much cheese you want in there. You just play with it and make it into your own. So guys,
Hey my peeps, it's about to go down. If you like what you see, stay and chill for a while. Hit the bell, thumbs it up, subscribe to our channel. We're gonna have fun and do this mukbang, low carb style. How you guys doing? Let me say grace really quick. Thank you, dear Father, for the food you have given us. In Jesus' name, we are truly thankful. Amen. I have stuffed jalapeno peppers with mozzarella cheese, wrapped in chicken, wrapped in bacon, and I'm going to dip it in ranch, and I have avocado slices on the side. Okay, and I have unsweet tea as well. I'm going to insert a clip, probably somewhere right around in here, of how I made the stuffed peppers. So it should be popping up now. And yeah, I'm hungry, guys, so I'm about to dig in. How are y'all doing? I'm doing so good. I'm so hungry, y'all. It's like 5 o'clock and I'm just now eating for the first time. So, you guys, I was going to tell y'all a little story about me. Just a little bit about who I am, how things. I don't know if I can see her or not, but she's creeping up in here. Let me just let y'all see that. Yes. So, let me. Y'all, I forgot my napkin, so I'll be using the corner of the little towel on the table. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to be telling y'all like a little story about me, of my earliest memory of myself. And some other stuff. Some of fun facts. When I was born with pneumonia, and I had to live in a that's the chicken, that's the cheese, the chicken, and the bacon. It's so good, y'all. Anyway, I was born with pneumonia, and I was a preemie. My earliest memory was being in the hospital and being in an oxygen tent. I don't remember my dad or my sisters being there so often, but I remember my grandma and my mom, and it was really scary because when you come into my room as a child, all I remember is seeing people all in white. They had to put gloves on, they had to put a hat on, and they had to put a mouthpiece on. So all I saw was like their eyes. And as a child, that was very, very scary to me. Very scary. But my mom, for some reason, I don't have a memory of her gloving up and always looking like that. So I remember my mom being there and the doctors coming in, and I was pulling my mom out to go talk to her in the hallway. I could never hear what they were saying. I wouldn't understood anyway. So my mom would come back and the doctor would come in. They would always be smiling And I just vaguely remember little bits and pieces. This isn't like a really vivid memory. But I just remember them coming in and always, you know, being really nice and smiling, and just, it was always a nice feeling. And the doctor would always take his gloves. I was the one who was wearing other gloves and blow them up. And it would be like this thumb, and he would blow it up, and he would draw on it, and he would give it to me. And that was actually my toys right there. I remember my mom getting out of the tent with me, because it covered my whole body. Getting out of the tent with me and reading one of my favorite books, which was Curious George. She would read me Curious George, and I would just go to sleep, and I stayed there. I don't know. It was like, I don't remember ever leaving there, and that was just the earliest memory I had. And then the next memory I had of being that small was being at my grandmother's house. She had a house, and then there was like this little silver trailer. Y'all know I'm talking about those old trailers. That's so good. And there was I was laying on the couch, like this would be the couch right here, and right here would be a window, and we had the slats, and you could hear outside, and I could hear my sisters and everybody playing outside. My grandma had went, I don't know where she got them from, but there was like a plastic bag, and it had cowboys and Indians and teepees and horses and fences that you could build and set up your own little village. Cowboys and Indians over here. Anyway, and mine was sitting by my bed, and I was balled up on the couch, and I could hear my sisters outside playing, and I could see the sunlight coming in, and it was just kind of dancing. And I mean, I was really sickly though, so all of a sudden the door flung open, and my grandma was this, y'all, she wasn't really short, she wasn't really tall. She had a little button nose, and she was on the chunkier side. And she came to the door, and y'all, this would be the only time y'all ever hear me use my real name. She came to the door, she goes, "Come here, Edith May." She goes, "Come here." So I'm weak, and I go over to her, and she goes, "Do you want to go play with your sisters?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so she gets me out, and the sun's just beaming in my face, and I'm walking, she's carrying me, and the sun's really bright, and I see my sisters playing in the sand, you know, it's really pretty white sand, you know, it's in my grandma's yard. I don't know if she had a sandbox, I don't know what it was, but it was just really pretty sand is what I remember. And she had grabbed my Cowboys and Indians set. My sisters and were sitting there like, yeah. So she puts me on the ground, and I sit down, and I look up, and I see my mom coming off the porch, and she's like, has this look of terror on her face, and my mother goes, "Rubilee," because that was her name, "leave her alone." Something to that extent. I don't know if it was those exact words, but in my mind, in my memory, that's what I remember. So, my mom's just sitting there, and my mom is beautiful, y'all. She had her hair all done up, and she had on these yellow pants, this yellow top, and a scarf. I don't know if it was around her neck or around her hair, and it was orange and yellow in the scarf. And she had this cigarette. My mom was slender, and her fingers were long with long nails. She had this cigarette, and she just took a puff, and she just leaned against the porch, and she just looked, and she looked terrified. The memory that I have. And I remember just playing and having so much fun that day, and I don't have a whole lot more memory of that, but that's what I remember. I guess my mom was worried that I was going to get sick. My granny put her in her place. It was Granny Grunt. We called her Granny Grunt. She said, "Now this baby's going to play today." So, that was one of my earliest memories. And then, not too long after that, I'm assuming, I don't really remember, because I was really tiny. I was about 3 years old. And we lived in this house. And my mom was always working at the time. And my dad was there. He just got home. I think he was a truck driver at the time. I could be wrong. My sisters are going to see this and they'll be, no, you were so wrong on all your stories. But this is my memory. Anyway, so we're playing outside. And you know the telephone poles? And the electric poles? Yeah. We lived right here and there was like an empty lot or something right here. Me and my sister Catherine, we went over and we got on these poles. Why did we do that? I think it's called creosote. They were soaked in some kind of stuff. Y'all, I remember for the rest of the night sitting in a hot tub on fire. My body was burning. My mom came running home. She was at work. She came running home. I'm in the bathtub. And it just feels like I have a billion little needles all in me. I don't remember what happened after that because I was so relieved to see my mom. I don't know if I went to the doctor after that. I don't know what they did to get the creosote out off of me. But I was apparently okay because the next day I remember, or the next couple of days, I remember playing outside. Just put it out, y'all. That was good. Oh. I'm going to take a pause. You know what I didn't do? I just realized I didn't season my chicken. I always season my chicken before I wrap it. I didn't season it. Just remember, because I just taste a piece of the chicken. It tastes kind of bland. So, season your chicken. So, this kind of gets kind of sad, y'all. And this is my memory, and I don't remember all of it too well because I blocked a lot of stuff out. Me and my sisters were at the pool. And we're playing. And the next thing I remember, I couldn't eat the stem, y'all. Sorry about that. Next thing I remember is, I don't know who. Maybe it was my mom, maybe it was my dad. I don't know. It was so chaotic. They come running up. They get us out of the pool. And I really don't remember what happened after that. I just remembered something tragic had happened. And it was like chaos. And so the next thing I remember is my sister was sick and in the hospital, Catherine. I think that's when we got taken from the pool. I think we were out there with a babysitter. I don't know. So, we go, and I blocked so much stuff out, y'all. It's because my mind couldn't handle it, the things that were about to happen next to me in my life. I literally blocked a lot out. What I do remember is my sister got sick. I was little. All I kept hearing was Rocky Mountain spotted tick fever, Lyme's disease. A dog must have came. Somebody must have been traveling by our house from the Rocky Mountains is what I was hearing. Dog got out. Tick got off the dog. Got onto my sister. I don't really remember how much of that is all factual and goes together, but that's what my memory is telling me. So, what basically did happen though is my sister was playing. We had been outside and she had a tick, and it bit her right here in the forehead, somewhere around in here. And it was pulled off. If my memory serves me right, from what I've heard, it wasn't pulled off right. The poison, the head or something was still left in, and it was poisoning my sister. So my sister was at the hospital for a very long time, and she just stopped eating. She couldn't do anything, and I didn't understand it. I was really small. I was about 4.5, 5. I want to say about 5, almost 5, and if not 5. And the next thing I remember, guys, was okay. The next thing I remember was we were at this lady's house. For whatever reason, I want to say she was a nurse, but she was babysitting us. And she lived like in a Victorian home. Beautiful home. And when you walk in the front door, there's a staircase. And on the handle of the staircase, the only thing I can explain it, it was like a big gigantic cinnamon roll. And it swirls, and then it goes up the staircase. Well, we were there, and we had just gotten our baths, and we were just, gotten freshly clean, and we'd had dinner. I don't remember all this. It's just, I know it happened. And the next thing I remember is we're upstairs. Our room is right here, and the staircase is right here. And somebody knocks on the door. Of course, our parents are at the hospital, so when we hear the door, I run to the staircase, and there's like little banisters, and I'm kind of like hanging on to the banisters like this, looking down. And the lady goes to the door, she opens the door, and y'all, where my life changed forever. My mom, my dad, and my grandma are standing at the door at the foot of the staircase. My mom is in the middle, my dad's here, and my grandma's here, and my mom's holding on to him like this, and they're holding her up. They're all sobbing, crying. My mother is like, just, you can't understand anything she says. And I kind of go to my knees. I remember going to my knees, and my sisters are standing beside me, my two older sisters. And all I hear is my mom holler out Catherine's name, and just sobbing, and like, she's gone, she's dead, she's gone, my baby Catherine. And my grandma's trying to control, calm her down, and she's boo-hooing. My dad is in tears, and this is a big man, and I don't think I've ever really seen him cry. And my mom just falls to the floor, and she's just devastated. And I remember seeing this. And my sisters are trying to pull me into the room, and then somebody comes up and takes us into the room so we don't see it anymore. And guys, from that moment on, I blocked out about 2 years. I don't really remember a whole lot after that. I don't remember the funeral at all. I don't remember going to the funeral. I know I went. I don't remember my sister passing. I don't remember none of it. In my head, my sister was still there. This is kind of bad. I kind of lost it, I think. When my mom sat down and had, we cooked dinner, my mom had to say a place for Catherine because I couldn't process it. I didn't realize, or I didn't process the fact that she had passed. So in my mind, she was still alive. I'm going to say that went on, and I don't remember anything after that. I mean, I just know my sisters told me, my mom told me all this. But I do remember when I realized she had passed away. I think I was 7. My sister Susan, I was about to get in trouble, actually. My sister Susan came in there, and I just was sitting in the bed, and I started bawling. I started boo-hooing. And she was like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Catherine's dead." And then everybody just started crying. My sister started crying. I went to go see a therapist and all kinds of stuff, and they said, just let me play it out in my head the way it was. So I had to be really hard on my mom because my mom had to keep up, setting a plate for Catherine because she just lost her daughter. It was just really, really horrible. So I lost my sister to what's called Rocky Mountain Spotted Tick fever. It was Lyme disease, and it attached to her nervous system. And the doctor said, had she had lived, she probably would have been a vegetable, I think that's what it was called, where she was just in a comatose state. She was 7 and I was 5, almost 5 or 5. I'm sure my sister's going to comment on here and tell me. But these are my memories that I remember of. But anyway, yeah, guys, that's how I lost my sister. And I had 2 older sisters, and then there was my sister Catherine, and then myself. I was the baby, so I lost Catherine, and it was just my sister Susan, sister Renee, and then Catherine, and me, and then my sister passed. Anyway, I just thought I would share that with y'all. A little history about me, my earliest memories. I have sorry about that, went down the wrong windpipe. I have more stories about my mother and her strokes and just different things about my life that y'all may be interested in. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all about my sister and give y'all a little information. And I don't really talk about her very much. Life was really hard at that point, and I blocked out so much. But those are my first few earliest memories that I can remember growing up. And then I blocked everything out when my sister passed. So it was like a big hole in there. And I blocked it out. It's so good. But avocado fills you up really quick. On my next story, I'll tell y'all some more things that happen that goes along with some of the effects that having pneumonia and the one lung. Oh, I didn't tell y'all that. I totally skipped all that. One of the reasons why I was in the oxygen is because I had pneumonia, and I was very, very sick, and I was born with a half a left lung. I had one lung, the right lung, and my left lung wasn't fully developed. That's why I was in the oxygen. I can't believe I didn't tell you all this in the beginning. I'm sorry. So they pretty much was trying to let it grow and develop. That's why I was in the oxygen for off and on for 3 years. Anytime I got sick, I got put back in there. But yeah, on the next story, I'll tell you a little bit more of some of the stuff that happened with my one lung, and it's kind of crazy of what happened. So y'all be sure and tune into the next video to hear the rest of my story about the one lung. It was supposed to develop as time went along, as I got older and grew. But I'll tell you some stories that happened. So I'm getting full, so I think I'm gonna end this here. So if you're new to our channel, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, make it turn gray, turn the notification bell on so you can get all of our future videos. And to all of our day ones, I love you guys. I really truly do. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So guys, I guess I'm going to go ahead and close this out for now. Don't forget to tune into the next video, because it's going to be a continuation of my story from tonight. So if you want to hear the rest of it, tune in. We love you guys, and we'll see you until next time.